In this lesson, we will discuss packages in Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. We will also take a look at how builds convert the source code stored in packages into portable .dll files. Before we discuss how packages and builds work in the system, we will need to walk through some differences in design time systems versus runtime systems in Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. A design time system is where changes to the application are actually built by a developer at Microsoft, a Microsoft partner, or a Microsoft customer. An example of a design time system is a development environment. A runtime system is a system where changes to the application have already been compiled and deployed to the environment. Runtime systems do not support source code access, so development changes cannot be made directly on a runtime system. An example of a runtime system is a production environment. Packages exist in both kinds of systems, but their contents are different. As we've already discussed, in design time environments, packages contain XML files representing the source code for development updates. However, in runtime environments, packages contain compiled .dll files instead of source code. And lastly, this environment separation is important, and it is by design. It encourages better managed customizations and code promotions. Now that we've discussed the key differences exhibited by packages in different environments, let's talk more about their common structure. Packages can contain one or more models. They also can reference other packages in order to use elements from models within the reference packages. And finally, when performing local builds, you have the flexibility in how many artifacts you want to compile. You can choose to build a single package or all packages. Additionally, you can run a build at the project level, which will then only build the elements within that project. This diagram shows the tutorial package, which contains a single model called tutorial, as you can see here. It references 3 different packages. These are outgoing references, which means the tutorial model depends on these packages. In this picture, we can see the tutorial package references the application suite, which then contains 5 different models inside of it. So we have SCM controls, application suite, and so on. So we have 5 models that are referenced in the application suite. And then it's also referencing the application foundation and the application platform, which each of these have one model included within each of these. Because we can access these models through a reference, we can create extensions of the elements in those models within the tutorial model. So if we had a specific table in, somewhere in the application suite, we can reference it, and maybe it's within the application suite textbooks integration. It is important to note that we cannot create extensions in the inverse scenario. That is, we cannot create an extension of an element in the tutorial model from the model within the application suite. Model references are one-way connections.